what I feel like. Hey, let's call this song exactly what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Hey, yes, we don't own the rights to this music. Aretha do. Hey, hey, today we celebrating a lot of things. Welcome to Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. We doing it today. I'm telling you, today has been a day. Yeah. Today has been a day. I want you to know that outside of this show, I am a mom. And this weekend, my daughter was, she got an award for being a power player in the industry. And it was a big weekend for her. And today was a brunch. And I just absolutely could not leave until after she gave her speech. So let's do it. And it's also, tomorrow is my mother's birthday, and she's in heaven looking down on us. And my dear sister Jean Ford birthday was the other day. So honey, it's a lot going on with Miss Melanie. And tomorrow's my Aunt Patsy's birthday. Happy birthday, Aunt Patsy. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, Miss Melanie got a lot going on, but guess what? It wasn't too much for her not to be on here with you today. So welcome again to Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. I played that song because that was one of my mom's songs. You hear what I say? She was rocking it and studying. And also, I am the karaoke queen. So when I do karaoke, that is my warm-up song. So that's the first song that I do. So if you ever came and see me do karaoke, or if you're ever going to come and see me do karaoke, because I'll be at a city near you shortly, and that will be my warm-up song. So y'all say, oh, she warming up when I come on with Rock Steady. So enough of that. Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy. We come on every Sunday to encourage mothers. We started out encouraging mothers, especially young single mothers. We came on to do that, but it has grown to be anybody that needs to take 1 hour of happy. It's an encouragement. It's an inspiration for you to make sure that you make time for yourself. Before a crash out, take at least 60 minutes, 1 hour for yourself. Do something that you like. Do something that makes you happy. You know what I mean? This is how we're going to be able to get through everything that we need to get through, is that we take some time for ourselves. Life is going to be life, and life is going to get in the way. That's why we have to make time for ourselves, especially mothers, especially us mothers. While we rocking and studying, you know, I love music. So I always dance. I'm always doing karaoke. These are things that I like to do, and I enjoy it. I have a great time doing it, and I make time for myself. Now, wait a minute. Let me get something straight. I didn't always know how to do that. I did not always know how to do that. I had these kids, and I had a man. And let me tell you one thing. It wasn't enough hours in the day, and I catered to everybody else except myself. But now I've learned how to take 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe a whole 24 hours to get some happy for me, to make sure that mentally I am okay, that I have time to do things that I like. And you know, I have been my children have accused me of having tantrums. When mommy want to do something, yes, because mommy never was doing anything. So sometimes mommy have to just, flex her arms a little bit and say, listen, not today. I want to do something for myself. And I like to do a number of things. I'm finding out that I'm having fun exploring, discovering new things that I like to do. I'm finding out that when I do something for myself and enjoy it, I feel better. I really do. And I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. Take some time for yourself, young and old. Now, and I'm not just talking to older people, young and old. We have to have a balance in our life. So when we start off doing some things that encourage us, that motivate us, that make us happy, we'll have better days. We really, really will. And when it's come to decision time, we won't make decisions out of desperation. We won't make decisions out of our frustration. We'll be able to be calm to make some great decisions. Okay, so welcome again to Happy Hour with Miss Melanie. 1 hour of happy, and I enjoy being a mother. I love being a mother. You know, God gave me who I needed. He gave me 3 that I needed, and I enjoy being their mother. I really, really do. Plus, I got a bonus son. Listen, child, things have been happening for me. You hear what I say? And things have just been happening, and I am very happy with where I'm at in life. You know what I mean? I'm not being hard on myself, and I'm asking you not to be hard on yourself. Some things you can do right away. Some things going to take some time, and you have to give yourself time to get it done. That's why it's very important to take 1 hour at least every day. Every single day, you got to do something for you. Something. If it's nothing more than sitting back for an hour and just chilling. You may want to go take a bath. You know what I mean? Sit in a hot bath and just relax. Read a book in the tub. Listen to some music. Pray. Or just be quiet. There are a lot of things that I am finding out that I like to do. And once you start exploring yourself, exploring what you like to do, what make you happy, you learn how to do different things. Like I did not know that I would like golf. Couple of games at Top Golf, and it's not only golfing. We're laughing, we're having a good time, just enjoying life, and that's what I'm encouraging you to do today. To enjoy life. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't make everything an issue. Just go head on and enjoy your life. Hi, my girlfriend June is on here. Hi, June. How you doing, my love? You are such a superstar. My friend June, she wrote several books. I encourage you to get her books. And honey, now she got a little movie out about her books. Oh my goodness. We went to the premiere the other week, and it was a great outing. I tell you, she is doing things now, you know what I mean, to make herself happy. And anyway, June, I seen Bubba at his game. When I get in town, I gotta go see Bubba's his game. But anyway, I just want you guys to know that it is important. It is part of your health. It's medicine for your soul. If you make yourself a priority and start making time for you. I'm going to tell you something. You will always feel better. You know what I mean? We don't know the day or the hour, so we better have time. We better have fun now while we have time. Life can be so serious. We have everything to do. We doing this, we doing that, we doing this, we doing that. The bills is always going to be there. There's always going to be something. So you have to make yourself a priority. When you make yourself a priority, everything that you have to deal with in life becomes a little easier because you can do it with a cool head. Like T.I. said, keep a cool head, stay out of the news. You know what I mean? So I want you to make sure that you have at least, I'm not limiting it to 1 hour, but at least 1 hour a day, 60 minutes that you do something for yourself. You may just want to sit on the porch with a book. You may just want to get on the phone and talk with your girlfriend or your sister, or your cousin, whoever. Don't be on the phone gossiping, though. Don't be on the phone backbiting. Have fun, laugh, talk about things. I'm going to tell you, me and my aunt, Boopy, she's something else. We get on that phone, and I'm going to tell you one thing. We talk about everything from when we were kids. Now when I was a kid, now things are funny. They probably wasn't funny then, but now things are funny, and we just laugh, and we just talk about the old times, because we miss it so much. And we just have a good kiki. We're not on the phone backbiting, bashing nobody. We're laughing, and it is so good. I love to get on the phone with her and just laugh. I love for her to laugh. There's many things that she could be worried about, and I could too. But when we're laughing, we're just enjoying ourselves. So Hi, my love. My little baby Yvette that said, "Hi, mommy. How you doing, my love?" And I see my little sister on here, CJ. Hi, my love. How you doing? You know what I mean? So I just encourage you to do that. And you too, my little baby Yvette. Make sure you make some time for you, because you are one that can pile on everything on your plate for everybody else. Make sure that you get a 1 hour of happy at least for yourself, and tell your grandmother and your mom that I said hi. Okay? I love you, love you, love you. So I'm here today. We're talking about something that was in the news, and I told you guys. I said, well, you can make suggestions about what we want to talk about it too, and I'll research it and we'll talk about it. Somebody gave me this topic, and I've been researching this topic. My cousin gave me a topic for grandmothers. I'm working on that, so I'm going to be able to get on that, because she's a grandmother, and honey, she just loves it. So we're going to be talking about that. But today we're talking about name changes. And I've been researching this, and I just love this conversation. We're getting ready to get into it, and I want you to comment too. Just comment in the comments too, so I can see them, so that we can add them to the conversation. So we're talking about name changing, and if you've been really watching the news, and because I love music, I know hip hop, R&B, all the rappers and all that. I know all that stuff. And so Cierra, who she married the football player, quarterback, Russell Wilson. She married him, but she had a child when she married him. And me and her, we battle back and forth with this dancing, because she swears she can dance, but I think she got me a little bit now. But anyway, I have to give her props, because, honey, I seen her dancing the other day, and I said, okay, Miss Thing. But anyway, she had a child when she started dating him. And when she, on the first date, he said in the interview, he said, when I left, I thought about it. He said, I thought about, if I'm going to be dating her, she has a child, and I'm going to have to be responsible for that child as well. So I love that. Right off the bat, I loved him. Now, I knew of him as a quarterback, because if anybody know me, you know that I love sports, and I love that football. I love that basketball. I love that baseball. Like, I love that tennis. Like, I love sports. I love that swimming. And I love that track. I will watch them all and have a good time. So anyway, the first thing that he said was, if I'm going to be dating her, I have to be responsible for her and her child. I said, they talking about the Cierra prayer, that she prayed a prayer. I'm saying, my God, today, that was a prayer. Because I appreciate him as a man saying that if I'm going to deal with her, I have to be responsible for her child. Because he already considered her son when he considered her. And that was a beautiful thing to me. And I love him for that. Really, when he said that, he won my heart. So the prayer that she prayed, it blessed me as well too. Because I just thought that was a stand-up man. And he didn't grow up with his dad. It was his mother and his sister, and he did not grow up with his dad. So as a man growing up, he decided that when I get my family, this is how I'm going to be. And he was interested in a woman, and she had a child. And that blessed me too, because just because you have a child, that doesn't mean that you can't date, or you can't get married, or whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It's not a life sentence if you don't get if you and the father don't make it. It's not a life sentence. Life still goes on. And she, as they dated, she married or whatever, and then she went on to have 3 other kids. And they have a beautiful family. They go everywhere together. They listen. They kill you with it, because they everywhere together. That, you know what I mean? He makes her feel like a queen, and she loves it. And listen, you can't be no hater. Whatever they do at home is what they do at home. But when you see them, he is very respectful. He got his wife with him. He got all them kids with him. And one thing that I've noticed is that he does not leave her son out. Her son is a priority, just like all the other kids. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. He is the man of the house, the man in the house, and she is there with her son, so he makes her son priority. Listen, this is a lesson for anybody, any man that want a lesson. You know what I mean? You may not have had that teaching growing up, but that's a lesson to me. You know what I mean? And they talk about him. They talk about him, my God, today. They talk about him on all the sports channels. You know what I mean? Listen, they say, listen, he's so much into the family, he better get back on this, concentrate on this ball, because I seen the game today, and I said, now, come on now, bro. Now, come on now. Okay? But, men, they talk, they talk when they talking on the sports channels or whatever. And it's evident that he loves her and that he loves her son. Oh, he got him in this sport, he got him in that sport. They here, they there. They never leave her son that she had at the beginning of the relationship out of anything. And that's so impressive. And everybody that speaks on them sees that. Everybody. And it's a good thing, because you're making the little boy feel included. He's not left out. He's being made to be priority. His sisters and his brother, his little brother, and his other little siblings, they don't understand. Because when they came along with their mother and their father, their brother was already there. And they keep that family together. I don't know them personally, but from what I can see, Lord have mercy, hearers in my eye. What I can see, they all are together. She dancing with him, the kids and everything, everywhere they go. They dressed alike and all that. They make an appearance. So here recently, now he's been in the little boy's life since he was very young, maybe 2 years old. I don't even know, but the little boy is he's like 10 now, 8, 9, 10, something like that. He's a big boy. He's playing sports. The other day he was at the tennis. They took it, they make him a priority with those other kids. It's not a situation where Russell Wilson is, these my kids, and he's feeling over there. He does not feel left out. And I'm not even in their family, and I can see that. I'm not even in their household, and I can see that. Everybody can see that. All the sports people talk about how he shows up for this little boy, and he does. So here recently, they just announced, so they must have already done it or whatever. They just announced that they changed his name to Wilson, because he has his father is a little in the business, a little famous too. And I'm not here to bash fathers. I really not. I don't even do that on this platform. I do not. Whatever you have not done as a father, as a man with your children, that's between you and God. I'm not here to do any of that, and we don't do that on this platform. If you have not shown up for your kids, take it to God in prayer. I am not here to discredit you, to judge you, to say that you are wrong or right. I'm not, and I don't do it on this platform. I feel like, listen, if you have kids, you know that you have kids. If you show up for your kids, okay. If you don't, okay. At the end of the day, what the results are. So I don't have to get on here and say what you are and what you aren't, because let me tell you one thing. God has no respect of person, and it could be by the grace of God, it could have been me. You know what I mean? So I don't do that. I really don't. And your personal business, whatever, at the end of your life, you got to stand before God and give an account for what you did. And being a father, being a mother will come up on your agenda, when you stand before the king. So I don't have anything to say as far as that's concerned. So anyway, back to the story. Her son's father is in the business as well. So he I don't know how active he is in his child's life, but you see Russell Wilson more, being this father for this child than you see his father. Like I say, I'm not in their household, I don't know. But word on the street is something different, and that's the word on the street. You know what I mean? So if you know anything about this story, you know what you know. I'm not here to judge his father or anything. I'm just here to talk about they changed his name. So his name is blank 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 Wilson. He still has the name that he had when he came, when Russell Wilson met his mother and they started to date, but they added Wilson to be his last name. So, child, let me tell you what that. People going to talk now that we got this internet and we got these phones and we got videos and all that. People is going to do their good talking. So people got an opinion about whether he should have, whether Cierra and Russell should have added his name onto the son. Now here's my opinion, and everybody has one. My feeling on the whole situation is this, and let me know what your opinion is too. But my opinion on the whole situation is this. Now, all these years, this man has been with this woman. Now they have a little daughter, and she's at least, she's got to be like 7 now. So it means that they have been together probably about 8 years or something. They've been together a number of years. And he has been very evident in this little boy's life for years. When they take family pictures, he take a picture with his son. You know what I mean? He has been the child's father. Now, if he's a bonus father, he is wearing the bonus. Okay? He has been, and listen, this is all what I can see, what we can see. So just imagine what's really going on. He is there for the boy, every game he got, every this he got. You see him, you don't see his natural father. And I'm going to tell you something. You might say, well, you may not see what his father do. Social media is watching. You know what I mean? These tabloids and all that, they watching everything. So the minute that he do anything, they're going to let us know. Because they're waiting to see what goes on. Just like when his name was changed, they rang the bell all over the country to let everybody know that she and her husband changed his name. Now, my feeling on it is this. You got to realize that the little boy is a child, right? The little boy has been watching everybody. He's given a view from a child's perspective. And he's probably talking with them. You know, he probably says he feels a little left out because his name is not Wilson. Everybody else in the household is Wilson, but him. So he probably had a few questions. And they probably talked to him about that. This name change is sudden to us, but I'm sure it wasn't sudden to them. I'm sure they have been talking about this and whatever before it happened. And, you know, they must have been comfortable, and he must have been comfortable enough to say okay, or, you know, to be okay with it happening. Now, we got to think on the mindset of those who have money. They've probably been going to a therapist. They've probably been having him and a therapist. They probably been going to family circus. The little girl probably said, well, why is he really my brother? Why is his name? Because kids will ask questions that we won't. Because they don't think about, oh, if I say this, this might be out of order, or maybe I shouldn't say that. They just say what they feel, and you have to address it. So he may have said something, the kids may have said something. And before this transition has gone through, I'm sure that they have probably had some kind of counsel before they did this. I think it was a great thing that they did. And I say that because it makes the little boy feel included. Even though he's been included. But that little security blanket that they have wrapped around him by making him a Wilson probably made his chest stand out a little bit further. Oh, because the man has been the dad. He has been there for the little boy since he started dating his mother. And this probably makes the little boy feel like he belongs. See, because we think of things out of, from an adult version. That ain't his son. He shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have did that. Cierra wrong and all of this. No, she's not. No, she's not. And I'm for it. I am for it. Because you're not only thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the child. I believe they're thinking about their child first. To make their family cohesive. And that their child won't grow up, her child won't grow up in the shadows feeling like, I don't belong. And you don't know that unless you've been there. You wouldn't know that unless you had a child when you met a man. And then you had another child with the man. And the differences that it brings. I feel like they spoke to the father too about this before they did that too. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, one tabloid or two tabloids, because I told you before I brought this conversation, I looked it up. So one of the tabloids said that, he was okay with it. The father was okay with it. But the father has been allegedly, the father has been known for having some kids and just, kids all, different kids all over the place. And, he's not active, allegedly. So, because I don't know the day-to-day, so I'm going to say allegedly, but this is what's in the tabloids. So now, the father makes a statement on social media, and he wrote the letters out to be, I don't give a F. Congratulations. This is what the father said. How do you think the child will feel? Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Them kids, especially them rich kids, they all got phones. They friends got phones. And not even rich kids. All the kids got phones. Because I remember when Beyonce was saying, well, Blue Ivy don't have no phone. Blue Ivy ain't on social media. Then she came out to say, well, Blue Ivy girlfriend got a phone. And Blue Ivy girlfriend show her things that's on social media. Yes, these kids have phones. Honey, I know a girl. This girl I know, she took her daughter's phone. Her daughter went to school and her girlfriend gave her another phone. Okay, so these kids, I'm saying all that to let you know that these kids get around. They know what they know, and even children. So you putting that on social media. Well, how the baby supposed to feel when he see that? I don't give a f. Congratulations. Are you for serious, Dad? Or are you jealous? Are you hurt? Because maybe you didn't grow up with a father either. Maybe you don't know how to be a father. And it's not to bash him, because maybe he don't know how to be there for a child. And to see a man step in and do that and hear people clown you about that, it's hard. It's hard to receive. And so, I feel bad for the dad too, because it's not even about making him look bad. But if you don't know what to do, and somebody else shows up and do things that you don't know how to do, it can make you feel away. It can. I'm a mother, and if somebody show up to help my children, then I'm looking at them with a side eye, like, what you trying to do? Because, see, I'm watching. Because that's a natural reaction. So I say that it takes a village to raise a child, period. You need help from somewhere because you don't know everything. So when you get somebody that will stand in and that will be a stand-up person and that will, help your child be a better person, and help your child be able to be a whole individual, that they won't feel like they're lacking anything, that they won't feel like they're missing anything, that they won't feel like they're an outsider because you're really the other kid's real dad. Because the kids know. The kids know. Shaquille O'Neal, allegedly, because these stars, I gotta say allegedly, but he had said his stepfather is his father because he's the man that been there with him. He's the man that raised him up. He's the man that took care of him when his father wouldn't. He said, anything I got, this man could get. Because kids are present and they see. You can say whatever you want to say, but kids are there and they see what's going on. You can say, a mother can say whatever she wants to say about the father to the children. But the children are there. They can see. They can see. Really, mothers, you don't have to bash the fathers. If they're not there, the kids will see it at some point. I don't feel like it's a good look to talk about your kid's father to your kid, because that hurts your kid. Again, whatever the father don't do, that's on the father. That's on the father. Whatever the mother don't do, that's on the mother. You don't have to bash them. They will feel it. Because life is life, and you could see when your child grows up and you don't have nothing to do with their success. You can't even chime in about their success because you weren't there. So them changing the little boy's name, I thought was a good idea. That gives him support. That gives him family security. When they go out with your name, my name is Blank Wilson. Just like his sister is Blank Wilson, his other little brother is Blank Wilson, his other little sister is Blank Wilson, I'm Blank Wilson too. It's all a family. The man is doing the work any old way. And I'm sure they didn't come up with that. I'm sure the little boy came up with that. He's a very handsome little boy. Look like he's a smart little boy. Russell Wilson take him everywhere. I just seen him at the U.S. Open. I ain't even see the other kids. I seen him, the mother, and Russell Wilson's stepfather. They taking him down, getting him an autograph from a player that he might like. He have him on the basketball court getting autographs or pictures or whatever with his, the people that he see, the stars and all that he see, that's NBA players. The man take care of him. He's out there playing baseball with him, taking him to baseball practice, taking him to everywhere that he has to go. And this man has a job himself that he has to show up with. And another thing, he needs to, he is really focused on his family, and I love that, but he got to put his mind on the daggone football. He's back at work. He's back at work. He got to make the footballs connect. Because he's a very good quarterback. A very good quarterback. But he got to stop listening to what these people are saying in the news and get focused. Because one thing about him, he loved himself up on Cierra. I was just watching them the other day. They was she was doing this challenge. And what's the challenge it was? And you go all the way down, and she was going all the way down, and he was standing by the car like salivating. I said, that's right, that's your wife. And just like you all over her, get back onto that football. But any old way, I feel like they changed his name so that he can be included. And I feel like he probably had something to say about his name being different. I think that he, probably initiated the conversation. He probably asked, can my name be Wilson? He probably asked that. He probably said, I don't want to be the only one without Wilson. They did not take the father's name off of him. They added Wilson, which was smart. And from what how the father responded, I feel like the father knew before we knew too. For him to respond like that sounds like they already had a conversation with him. And it sounds like everybody was cool on it. But the father is in the, public eye too, so he got to, he got to come with his, whatever. But I feel like that was good for the little kid. For his self-esteem, that he could be able to feel like he is a well-rounded kid. Like he's included in the family. They go out, the mother, I'm Cierra Wilson. I'm Russell Wilson. The little girl name is something Wilson. The other baby name is, the other little brother is something Wilson. He's the only one without Wilson. He knows his father, though. And he knows what father shows up for him, too. Now, I don't know what he called him. I don't know what he called Russell Williams. But I would let him call him dad too. You know, you're so special, son. You have two dads. You know, understand what I'm saying? You know the difference. Shucks, he would listen. My little son will go ahead on and call him dad. Let me see what my June said. I believe they changed his last name. He probably legally adopted him. The dad more than likely gave up his rights. Now that's I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there, but and they never said that. It wasn't even an implication. I heard somebody say, just like I heard my little girlfriend June say, that he probably gave up his rights or whatever, and now I like that perspective. He probably did. Gave up his perspective. Gave up his rights so that he could be his father, and he probably adopted him. And you know what? It's better. I think it's better. Because he's doing everything. He's been a father to the kid, but as a mother, I would have talked to my son. See, because I'm sure that all of them probably talked if there was an adoption, because the father would have had to give up his rights. He would have had to say something if he agreed. There would have been a conversation. And as a mother, I would have told my son, don't do that. You'll regret that the rest of your life. I just wouldn't have. I would have also encouraged my son, you need to be more active in your son's life. And I would have thanked this man for standing in for my son while he get himself together. Because you could do all that, that pride and all of that, I don't give a F and all of this and congratulations. That don't hurt nobody but the little boy. Because when he realized that that's what my father said, then that's going to take on something with him. And you got to be careful how you treat people. You never know if your son is going to be the one that have to take care of you later. You got to be careful. I just think that was not smart on his behalf. But I do think that that's a good idea, that they went on and did it, or whatever, so that, the little boy can feel whole, so he can feel a part of. Because children, they perceive things differently than we do. And he probably felt like with everything that was going on and everything that was being, that Russell was doing for him, he probably felt like, well, I don't have the same name. And I'm sure they sat down with him and let him know. He said, I love you and I am your father. You're special. They done told him all these good words. You're special because you have two fathers. But I loved your mother. When I met your mother, she already had you. And I loved you from the day one. And you are my son. And I won't let nobody tell you nothing different. You are my son. And you're special because I chose you. There are things that I'm sure he said to this little young man. They got a picture they took a picture, I don't know if it was Christmas or whatever, where he took a picture with his two sons, Russell Wilson. He took one with him and, the oldest son, and, one with him and the baby son. He is there. He shows up. Now, if he's showing up to us, just imagine how he's showing up at home. And he got them everywhere that he go. He shows up for that little boy. So I think it's only right. And I love that they changed his name. And I would call him Blank Wilson. I wouldn't even use the other name. He'd be Wilson just like everybody else. It ain't no hyphenated with nothing. It's Wilson. Okay? And that's just the end of the story. It's nothing else to be said. It's nothing else to be said. Because we have to make our kids feel secure. And when they feel a void in their lives, when they feel insecure, that's trauma. And that's trauma that they have as a kid. And that trauma is there, and it grows up with them. And then it turns into resentment. Because when he see the father doing something for this one, oh, well, he ain't my father anyway, and he like him better. Because kids perceive things differently. So, to deal with the trauma, I'm sure they got him some, they went to family therapy to see how he feels and, to talk about it. And, his mother loves him. I seen a video, and I love this video. I just keep on watching it where his mother was dancing, and I guess she teaching him all these dances because he was doing his dances. And I just love because he is a kid trying to do all this stuff, and he looks so cute. I said, get it, son, get it. He with his mother, and he doing all these dances because his mother do all that dance, and she's trying to comfort me, but she don't know it, but I know it. But yeah, but she can dance. I'm getting a little older, but at one time I would give her a run for her money. Say whatever you want to say. But listen, when I put my music on, move out the way, Cierra. Period. But I just love that, and I wanted to talk about that too, because as mothers, you know what I mean, we have to make some decisions. And sometimes the decisions aren't easy decisions to make. And I'm sure this wasn't an overnight decision for them and her as a mother, because when he met her, she was a single mother. She had her child, raising him by herself. So, and when he said he considered her and her son. And he has shown up. From what I can see, he has shown up. He has been there for her and her son. And, and then he gave her a couple of his own too. And so I just think that that's a cohesive family. And I just think that that's a great idea. And I just think that they did the best thing for their children. Period. So nobody feels left out. Nobody feels separate. And if you have something that you want to talk about, let's go and talk about it. Because you sit in front of a therapist, and the therapist help you, communicate what you're trying to get, trying to verbalize. And then they help him with, how do you feel about him and things like that. And they know the questions to ask him. You know what I mean? And then they talk, with the parents and talk to the parents and this and that and that. Because family therapy is good. And we as black people didn't always believe in therapy. But I think sometimes we need somebody to help us sort out things. That's why I always talk about this. I always say this, that, we got to learn how to forgive ourselves because we've made some mistakes. And we got to take ourselves off of that, feeling guilty and feeling bad. You made some mistakes, and the mistakes have already been done and they're over with. So you have to forgive yourself. First, you got to ask God to forgive you for the things that you've done. Then you got to forgive some people for the things that they've done. You got to release these people because you're holding these people on. I had to realize, when I wrote my book, that I was mad at people. I was mad at people that was dead. Come on here. Taking up space. You got to forgive them people and release them people. And then you got to forgive yourself. And then you can enjoy 1 hour of happy. A few hours of happy. Then you will have space to be able to live, to love yourself. And, mistakes happen. Everybody make them. You're not the only one. Everybody make them. And I feel like, what they did was tried to fix something before it turned into a very big problem for their child. That he would be dealing with something later on in his life because he felt left out of things. So I feel like they began to fix it now. And with all that money that they got, I'm sure they're getting family therapy for all of them to work this thing out. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me at Happy Hour, Miss Melanie, 1 hour of happy. We come on here because we want to, help you and encourage you to, forgive people. Release that stuff. Forgive yourself. Ask God to forgive you so that you will have some space to enjoy some happiness. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to walk around just mad. I'm mad at the world because in 19 never wearing, somebody did something to me. And I'm still mad about that. Let that stuff go. Let them people go. Let them go. It happened. It's over with. Forgive them and let them go. And enjoy some 1 hours of happy. Enjoy yourself. Find out things that make you smile. Find out things that make you happy. Maybe you like traveling. Travel. If you can start doing local travel. I found out that me and my family, we love road trips. Oh, we are the craziest on some road trip. We need a camera. Now, we have a couple videos from it, but we need a camera crew with us on a road trip. I didn't know that I like road trips. The isms and the schisms that come with it, the people, listen, they get mad and all this and that. Me and my daughters are just a card on a road trip. Mommy always got to stop to go to the bathroom. And stop me to the bathroom. Period. You got to find out things that you like to do. You really do. I love that we pack up these sandwiches and all of this. We pack up all this stuff in the car. We pack up all this stuff. We got coolers. We got everything. And we go on trips. Road trips. Every time we come back, they ain't never going again, and we go again. But we didn't know that we liked it I didn't know that I would like it until we started going. I enjoy a road trip. I love the getting ready for it and all that, making sure we got this and making sure we got that and making sure we got this and making sure we got that. And just having some family time. Oh, we have car karaoke. And I'm doing all my singing, but a lot of times they don't like to listen to my playlist because I have an oldies playlist, I have an R&B playlist, I have a worship playlist, I have a Beyonce and Jay-Z playlist. I have a still not a player playlist. Like, I have playlists that I've made myself. And my main one is my oldies one because I got everything on there. I got R&B, I got everything on that one. And I could go from here to there to there on there. So they think their music is better than mine. But you know what? On a road trip, you compromise. And I listen to their stuff. But if I'm driving, we're going to listen to my stuff. I don't even care. If I'm driving, and I'm the lead singer on all my songs. Because they are my songs. And you could be the background. Period. So, I just want you guys to know that life don't have to be a bag of rocks. You know what I mean? You have to make the best out of what you have. And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much fun you'll have. And how much growth you'll be able to have in your life because you're happier. You're happier. And I want you to start by just having 1 hour of happy. At least 1 hour every day. That's 24 7. 7 days a week. I didn't mean 24/7. I mean 7 days a week. Every day you need to take a prescription of 1 hour of happy. You know how you take your pills? You got the Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday pills in the pill box that you take your pills. Put 1 hour in there for you to have. To do something for yourself. When you start out with 1 hour, you'll go to 2. You'll go to 3. You might get 8 hours of hanging out. You might can go to a spa, have a facial, have a massage. You know what I discovered too? A foot massage. A reflex allergies, the allergies. Oh, try that. Try that. Oh, that, and then they tell you, they're a little deep too. They tell you, oh, you need to get this checked out, or you need to get this checked out. No, just massage my feet. Just massage my feet. And another thing that you must do, again, I'm going to tell you again, to make sure that you ask God to forgive you for your sins, have mercy on you, and you forgive other people for the things that they have done to you, that you've been carrying around. You've been mad at them. You don't talk to them. You don't even walk on the same side of the street as them. When you see them, you spit on the ground. I don't like them. And you must forgive yourself. Before I go, I'm going to tell you a little funny story. I was on my job, and let me tell you one thing. You know, I just had, it's just me. You know what I mean? And I love everybody, but don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. So I got mad at everybody in my office, and I wasn't speaking. I wasn't speaking to none of them. I would come in every day, and I wouldn't say nothing. I would sit down at my job, sit down at my desk and do my work. On my break, I'd click out and go on my break. Go outside and come back. I wouldn't have no conversation. And they all be sitting in there talking. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 6 or 7 of us in this one space. And I wouldn't speak to none of them. Every day I'm going out. At lunch I go out. I talked when I needed to talk. If they asked me a question, I would answer. I wore black. I wasn't wearing no colors. And then one day I just got up. I don't know what happened. I think I went on vacation or something, and I came back. And when I came back, I said, good morning. Everybody's like, good morning, Melanie. Good morning. And my supervisor, she came and she said, come in my office. And I said, okay, hi, how you doing and all this and that. She said, no, you didn't come back and just say good morning. I said, what was wrong with that? She said, no, you didn't. You haven't been speaking to everybody in here, and then you just going to come back one day and just say good morning. Who do you think you are? Now, me and her were girlfriends. That's why she thought that she would talk to me like that. We was girlfriends before she got this position. So, she was like, She was like, if I was them, I wouldn't have even spoke to you. I said, well, listen, there's no need to walk around the office like that. She said, no kidding. No kidding. And she was trying to say, you got nerve to come in here and just, after you've been mad at everybody for all this time and just say good morning. And then she was like, they fools for even saying good morning because I wouldn't have spoke to you. But it was just a laughing moment, and we laughed about that, and I still laugh about that because, listen, I didn't feel like that. But my point for saying that is this. I'm carrying around, I'm mad at them like this every day. When I come to work, I have to put on this attitude to be mad at them. So I am not only mad at them, but I'm stifling myself. I'm not even receiving my joy because I'm all day. Don't do that. Forgive them people. Release them people. Let them go so you can be free. It's not you forgiving them for you so that you can be free. And forgive yourself. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. Don't carry that guilt around another minute. Release that guilt and forgive yourself. You matter, and you have a right to be happy. You have a right to be happy. So remember that. Ask God to forgive you, forgive others, and forgive yourself. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you again for joining me, Miss Melanie, for 1 hour of happy. We come on here to encourage mothers, especially young mothers, and everybody that needs to make themselves priority and have 1 hour for themselves. When we started out, it was mothers, but now it has grown. Young and old, we're asking you to make sure you make time for yourself. Make sure that you at least take 1 hour of happy for yourself. Do something that makes you happy. I love you, you and you, and I will see you again next week at the same time. Love you. Bye now.